Hey guys, hope you all doing well. Today I think it's April 9th. It's 12:50 a.m. around 1 a.m. So I'm quite tired as you see. It's my second video. So I was planning to do another video with another topic, but today I had a midterm. Not today, yesterday in the morning. Technically for me it's today because I didn't went to sleep. So yeah. And for a lot of you guys, and also me particularly, when I was growing up, midterm exams and you know, a lot of certain things were they had so much impact and meaning to us because, like, for example, like the midterm and exams particularly, right? It was like one of the huge, like one of the most important things in our life. So, oh yeah, someone's walking around. I got scared. So it was one of the like very important things in our life that was used to make us, like, worry about it a lot, scared and whatever. But if you're like teenager and going through this moment, it can be midterms, exams, breakup, or just getting rejected by certain people, friends, or losing your friends, or some beloved ones, close people. Some of them, they might die or whatever. You worry about things a lot. You have this constant huge mass of thoughts with you. You constantly start rethinking the same thoughts over and over again, overwhelming yourself, and most of the time you just harm yourself. You just ruin yourself with these thoughts. But I know how it is, because it's not that easy to say, you know what, just let it go and don't think about it. But at least with certain things such as midterms, breakups, and getting rejected, or losing friends, when uh, you have a like very close friend and over time something's going off, and you're not getting along together at all. So this is the moment when you know that you're losing your friend. And for certain with certain people, it's actually the thing that's gonna bother you as a human being, because you grew up with a person, you have a lot of close moments, you have like certain attachment. It might be like very close, especially the friends, and it's gonna hurt you, because I lost a lot of people in my life, and it used to bother me. But I used to see people who used to get like really overwhelmed, who used to lose their friends, just they're not getting along together at all. And I've seen my close friends, like, they're literally like, one of my friends, he was almost crying because he stopped talking to one of his closest friend. And because for him it was literally a friendship of, I think, more than 12 years. And for him, this friend was like literally everything. And I was also a close friend to him, but like compared to me, that person was like a real brother to him. And he was so hurt by this, because he not only lost that person, but it turns out that that person was quite jealous to him, and he didn't like him at all most of the time. But for the certain benefits, he was his friend. It like made him actually like cry in front of me. But yeah, this actually showed me like how much people really care certain things at certain points, at a certain point, with about certain people and certain things. But if you're going through that process and through that moment, through that period of your life, I actually understand you, because I had other things that bothered me also the same way. So I actually understand you guys. But what actually surprised me recently, that today I had a midterm, and I actually worried about getting a nice grade, but at the same time, I wasn't that much bothered about it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna prepare for it. And it was like 12 hours before the midterm. What I was doing is I was watching Devil May Cry, the new series from Netflix, which is quite good actually. If you haven't watched it, I recommend you actually. Yeah, and I was thinking that I'm gonna actually start preparing, but once I stopped watching it, I actually finished watching. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep for 2 hours and I'm gonna wake up and start preparing. But guess what? I woke up literally 20 minutes before the exam. By the time I wear my things and went to college, actually I was late 5 minutes. But to be honest, I wasn't worried at all. Not because I was prepared. Actually, I was not prepared. I still got a good mark because, but beside the midterm, I used to study a lot, the things that were on the midterm. But for the midterm specifically, I didn't prepare at all. But what surprised me that I wasn't worried at all, which I think helped me actually to get a good grade. But when I used to look back in my life, um, when I was specifically at 11th grade, I was graduating from school, high school, and at the time I was 16 years old, and I had a huge ambitions. I had a huge plans on my life, and I was actually doing quite good. I was getting a lot of places in international competitions, especially related to software engineering, programming, computer science, and I had around like I think 10 to 15 awards. And beside that, I used to have it way more than 15. It was around 60. But the problem was I wasn't allowed to show all of my projects by myself because there is like only one project by person. And I had like huge amount of like projects related to the mixed reality, AR, VR. And at the time it was 6 7 years ago. The VR was quite popular, but not the mixed reality, and AR was a little bit weird. It was like at the beginning of development. So yeah, and it was quite interesting thing for other people. That's how I got a lot of awards. And the other projects I just gave it to the people who were planning to participate in the competitions. But I was like, okay, why am keeping this project with me if I can just give it to them and they could participate? Because I wouldn't even use it because the competition was once a year and it was like 3 4 competitions to which I participated with few of my projects, but I still had like another, I think like 5 10, I'm not sure actually, it was 6 7 years ago. I cannot like say it 100% correct how much it was, but yeah, when we counted the amount of awards, it was around 60 awards totally that my projects gained. And beside the international competitions, I was having like quite good grades. My GPA was around 4.0. It was 3.9, 4.0, and I was planning to get one of the Ivy Leagues, but unfortunately, I had a certain problems with the professors, with the teachers in my high school, which led to the point that when I had a graduation, they manipulated with the grades the way that my GPA was way lower than I expected. It was, I think, around 3.875. And to be honest, I'm not from rich family, and they were not planning to actually fund my education in US. So whenever I was planning to get into US, I should have get the scholarships and to get one of the best universities, which I successfully failed the task, and which led to the huge period of my self-ruining and depressive episodes of my life. But at the time when I failed everything, I was so fucked up, and I thought that my life actually ended at the time, and nothing matters after it. That's it. I had everything. I was so close to getting to my goal, getting one of the Ivy Leagues, and after finishing, I was like, I'm a 16-year-old kid graduating from school. You have like high hopes. You're like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna finish Ivy League. I'm gonna start my startup. I'm gonna turn into millionaire or billionaire or whatever. But yeah, the from all of these dreams, one of the most real one was getting to the Ivy League, which I successfully failed, and it crushed me so badly that it led to the huge problems in my life. And for another 4 or 5 years of my life, not 5, 4 years, definitely, what I was doing is I was wasting my time, having bad habits, started smoking, drinking, uh, water, Yeah, I started smoking and get along with bad people, which led to the point that I start from person with a huge amount of ambitions and with huge dreams. I turned into person who didn't even have basic energy to live today's day, and it was very hard. I remember when I was in my one of the depressive episodes, and uh, I used to like even not brush my teeth and take a shower for a week, And once you get, I was just waking up, laying down, looking at the ceiling, and that's it. Your whole day is messed up. You waste your whole day, and day after day you waste it like this, and it's like Saturday or Sunday. You're just laying down there, and literally start stinking, and you feel bad about yourself. So you're like, okay, yeah, let me force myself, pick my ass up and wash myself, because it turned to a point that like it's not only you stinking, but your whole room is stinking because of you. And yeah, these were one of the most fucked up episodes of my life. And I used to overthink a lot. This whole 4 years of my life, I think I could say even five, but 4 years, yeah, I'd say yeah, 4 years, because I, I'm not sure about the details. For some reason, when the things happen, my brain keeps it like I miss the time most of the time. I miss the track of the time most of the time. For me, something might seem like it happened 10 years ago. When I start thinking and counting, it seems like it was like 5, 6 years ago. But for me, it seems like 10 years ago. Currently, I'm 22, but to be honest, I feel like I'm 25, 26 years old. And, but yeah, let's get back to the story. So, I wasted a lot of my time thinking about the things that right now I think about, and I keep laughing actually because of how miserable they are. All of my thoughts, all of the things that used to bother me, they used to be quite miserable. But at the time, it used to be something huge. And same thing with the midterms and exams. I literally remember before the exam, I started shaking. I started shaking. I used to be quite nervous. I was like, oh yeah, what if I fail? What if I fail? And the problem was for me, the fail was not just, getting like C or failing as other people think. For me, the fail was getting actually B or getting like, less than 90 points out of the 100. And I'm quite self-judging person. And at a certain point of your life, at a certain point of my life, I get to the point where I was getting 90+% out of 100. But what was keep bothering me was why not 100? Whenever I used to get 93, I used to, punch myself, hate myself, and whenever even it was like 99, next time I did way better than the first attempt, but still it's not 100. And I used to be stick to that number that I have to be perfect. I have to be perfect at all certain points of my life. I have to look athletic. I have to be super smart. I have to be like the best in every possible fields that I'm interested in. And when you have that kind of ambitions and that kind of like thoughts about yourself, you turn into quite a narcissistic person. And when you meet the reality where uh, certain people don't like you and they're able to manipulate your grades and make you fail, it leads to the point where you keep bothering yourself because not because you failed it. You know that it was not it was not your problem, but you all the time keep thinking, what if something was different? What if it didn't happen? And keep going on, and you start thinking, or bother yourself. And if you have the same thoughts, I understand you actually. But what's the interesting thing? Right now I'm 22 years old. It's 20 days till I turn 22 days till I turn 23. And I don't care about most of the things that happens right now. Like, for example, let's take a friend. I used to have a person whom I knew for 10 years, almost 11 years. And we were quite close. Imagine for 7 years of the period that we know each other, we used to meet each other every day. We were classmates for 7 years, and beside that, we were close friends after graduation. But what happened is at a certain point of the life, I used to always be around him. I used to always help him, whatever it takes from my side. But time changed, people change, and people lose interest, and he lost interest. And for me, that kind of attachment to the certain things and to the certain lifestyle was, for me was something is off. For that person, he's fine. He changed. He wanted something different in his life. He started meeting new people, be friends with other people. But for me, it was like, it felt like I was left behind. And it didn't bother me that much. Like, it was like super problematic, but at a certain point, it hurts. And I used to think about it. But right now, if same thing with the midterm, same thing with losing people around me, I don't care that much about it. The reason is I became a pessimistic person, quite negative. Not in a point that I'm quite depressive and keep bothering myself with or by overthinking, but more like a person who don't have a trust and who don't trust and put hope on other people. Even I don't trust myself at a certain point, because I might prepare for something quite well, but something might go wrong. You prepare for the midterm and turns out that there are like other questions, not the one that you learned, and that's it. You're messed up. So why have to worry about the things that are not on control? In my control. The midterm it is in my control. But at the point where I did not prepare it at all, it means like I already messed up. So I'm going to pass the midterm, and it doesn't depend on me. It depends on my luck, because I already fucked up. I already messed a huge amount of my time, which I could spend by preparing. But let's get back to the friendship. Like, from my side, I did everything. Why have to worry about the person not being my friend anymore? Because from my side, I tried everything, I was quite loyal. I helped him a lot. Why have to worry about it? Why I'm left behind? It was a long time ago. At the time, it used to bother me, but my whole perspective changed after these kind of betrayals. For me, this specific moment is not a betrayal, but I'm referencing to other problems, which you might also think. But yeah, it all led to the point where I don't put any hope into other people. I'm like, okay, whatever happens. I don't even put hope on myself. Whatever is depends from me, I actually take care of it. But if something goes off, if I mess up a little bit, or I actually mess up hugely, I stop thinking about overthinking and bothering myself. What I do is I just carry on with my life and try to do something that's gonna either fix the problem, or if I cannot fix it at all, I say, or whatever, let's move on. Like, let's don't stick to this problem and live our life. Move on. Yeah. And specifically, the philosophical views such as like Stoicism and Taoism teach you a lot about this. I mean, Taoism is more about not caring about anything. Whatever good happens, well, it should have happened by fate. Whatever bad happens, it should have happened, so you don't care about anything. But I'm more stick to the Stoicism, where you understand like all your responsibility, you do from your side everything, and whatever goes wrong, well, you're fine with that. You gotta move on, you gotta live your life, and you gotta work on other things that are important after. And yeah, if you are in your period of time when you feel like your current problems are end of your life, and these problems are gonna affect your whole life, and you cannot live by not fixing this problem, the only The only advice that I can give you, just, move on. Don't think about it. It's all bullshit. Because like year 2, 3, 4, 5 passes, you're gonna remember the moments that you're having right now. You're gonna laugh it off. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, I was kind of stupid. But yeah. So yeah, these are the things that the fact that you're worried about right now, it actually makes sense, and it's worth it, because you're a human being. You have certain values. But you have to think about it that this is not end of your life. This is not the darkness. This is not or whatever phrase that comes to your head. What matters is you have to keep going, and there is a light in the end of the tunnel, And the bad days change with the good days, good change with the bad days. It's a constant cycle in our life. Like, today you're doing good, tomorrow, you have a heart attack, or they find a cancer or whatever. Yeah, my bad. I'm hearing weird noises. It might be raccoons. I'm fucking scared. It's 1 a.m. But yeah, it all doesn't matter at all, because over time you have to think that, things change. You're gonna move on. You're gonna be fine. That's why you don't have to worry about it that much. Yeah, right now it's worth your worrying, but don't overthink. Don't make it, don't think about it 24/7 and ruin your whole days and upcoming days and your future. You gotta move on little by little. Work on the things that are upcoming and important for you. Because if you have people that you can, trust, and you can look for the help, get some advice from people who have more experience than you, or who went through the same thing, and they know it better. They can give you better advices, and try to fix your life. Try to get better. Unfortunately, I didn't have people around me when I was going through most of the problems in my life, which maybe made me this way, that I don't care about a lot of things at all, even like breakups, losing friends, and all of that thing. I mean, I do care, but it don't hurt me to the point where, I think this is my end of my life, But yeah, if you have people around you, ask for help. Don't whine, because whining is bad. But when you can, there are people you can go and talk to about your problems, share your problems, get some help or advice that you're going to listen to. That's quite great. But yeah, but don't make these problems like, the only thing that bothers you and will keep bothering you for maybe days, weeks, months. Because I knew people who used to think about, like, losing their friends and their close people for years. It was quite messed up, because I used to think, okay, yeah, you're bothered for a week, 2 months, but years, that's kind of problematic, Yeah, because once you keep digging into a problem, keep overthinking, it can continuously go for years. And once you realize what is happening, it might be that you already lost 2, 3 years of a life that you can spend making yourself better and making yourself happy. Yeah, that's it for today. I'm sorry for not talking the way I usually talk in my first video. This is my second video, but the problem is not that. The problem is I'm super tired. I didn't sleep for 20 hours. I was driving, and for 30 minutes I'm not feeling well. But yeah, I have to make a video, and I try to make it as good as possible. Not because I don't worry about the quality right now. I do care about the quality, but today I had a plan to make a video, but I had other things to, to take care of. And by the end of the day, I don't have enough energy to record a video. But I still try to do it, because if I don't do it today, and I might not do it tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I might gonna break the whole schedule. But I'm trying to be as disciplined as possible. Plus, before recording this video and driving, I jumped on a jump rope almost around like 100 times. For you, it might seem an easy task, but for me, for a person who got knee problems and who don't have that much physical activities, and plus, I started jumping like 1 week ago, and totally is my 5th day that I'm jumping with jumping rope. It's quite problematic. So yeah, That's why I'm quite tired, I'm quite nervous, and plus this flashlight is pointing out to my eyes, which makes me already nervous, and I think I'm gonna lose my sleep for another 2 hours because of this. But yeah, I'm quite glad to record this video, to be honest. I'm not forcing myself, like, in terms of like, I'm forcing myself, but not like, I'm not forcing myself to do the thing that I don't want to do. I'm just forcing myself to push a little bit more energy to record this video. Yeah, because I have to. Why I have to? Because this is my path. This is the thing that I have passion for and I want to try out. But yeah, I'm sorry guys that the video is not as good as possible, not energetic. And this video I also didn't create an outline or a script, but I gave you my word. If the third video is not gonna be the topic that there's like, you know, random topic that I have like today, because I was planning to do on a different topic, but you know, I was quite busy today, so I did a video on a topic that was randomly came to my mind. But yeah, if the third video is gonna be on not gonna be on a random topic, I'm gonna prepare an outline. I'm gonna prepare a script. I'm gonna prepare to talk better. So yeah, no worries, guys. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Love you all. Bye bye.